To decide when to go. I think I made it wrong. And turn back there somewhere. Okay, good morning. Okay, so I gotta do this and then I'm gonna rest. But y'all, welcome to June's Wisdom. Y'all, first of all, y'all not even ready for this energy right here. So I asked, of course, all right, let me just go ahead and tell y'all. June gives me it's a new it's a new level of the game activated, right? But see, this level of the game that's being activated, you're gonna remember certain things that you did before. You're about to take it back to the roots. There's a song by Kanye West where he goes, Lord, take me to the glory. Hold on. Lord, take me to the glory. I'm trying to think of that. I think it's Lord, take me to the glory. Hi. I know I'm a little bit behind. It's called The Glory by Kanye West, right? It's so funny. Lord, take you to the glory. I can't stand it. Oh, yeah, I can't stand it. This came off his graduation album. The song is 3 minutes and 33 seconds. The lyrics of the song basically are saying the song conveys a sense of ambition, self-confidence, and a desire to be remembered as a legendary figure in the music industry, right? It says The Glory by Kanye West. Thank you. Hi, Hunty. Explores the artist's journey to fame and his recognition. That's why I said turn on the notifications, mamas. Y'all had to just turn on the notifications because baby, I had to get it together, okay? So the song is about the artist's journey to fame and recognition, highlighting both pursuits of success and challenges he faced along the way. Now, if you are a Kanye West fan or an old Kanye West fan or you're not a Kanye West fan, the graduation album was that album. We had College Dropout. We had College Dropout. We had what was that? What was the next one? I can't think of it, but the graduation album was that album. Okay. The lyrics of the song, this is what got me. Oh my goodness. The one where I had that little that cover around my head and I'm saying whatever and whatever. The song starts off singing Ari Lennox new apartment. Did I tell you I was getting apartments? And then didn't I just heard something about how Trump said that he about to take away that whole 3 times the rent thing. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But didn't I tell y'all that it was gonna be easier for you to get an apartment because you need somewhere to have your own space and own energy? Yeah, clock it. I'm not playing. I'm not playing when I say the things that I say. I just tell people, just give it a second, sweetie. Just give it a second. This energy is so y'all, okay? Like I was saying, the song The Glory channel by Kanye West. Okay. June is a new level of the game, but what you're gonna realize of the game is the fact that you're gonna utilize some things from the past, old games, maybe old versions. Certain things will come to you naturally, right? Don't fight it. Don't fight it. I promise you, don't fight it. Don't fight it. I want you guys to start um I need you guys to start learning how to offer. Okay. You know how you tithe at church? I need you to start learning how to I need you to learn how to start what you call it. What am I trying to say? I need you to start learning how to offer. Okay? I need you to learn how to start offering. Okay? You're probably like, OG, what do you mean? You don't have to offer it to those that you to who I offer it, but you need to learn how to offer. Okay? You fast for God when he tells you to fast, but honestly, fasting is not an offering. Let me tell y'all that. Fasting is not an offering. It's a mental clarity and it's a trial of obedience. That's not an offering. Okay? You need to learn how to offer. You know how everybody's always talking about their ancestors and spirit guides and stuff like that, and everybody will always be like, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. You need to start offering things. You can offer fruit, you can offer money, you can offer water, you can offer food. You need to start. I'm learning how to offer. I'm telling you guys right now, I went to, I think it's called a botanica. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think it's called a botanica. And so I went to one. I've never been to one before. I've never been to one before. So I went, and when I went, it was so funny because some of the reviews on the website was like, oh, I felt like I was being followed. I didn't, the energy, whatever. Like, they were just saying that they didn't like it. They felt like, and of course they had to identify they were African American. So of course I was a little hesitant because I was like, well, I ain't trying to go over there if I'm gonna be being, stalked or whatever, be searching things. So when I went in there, I went in with my nice normal attitude. Hi, how are you? She said, how are you? She was on the phone, so I let her be. And then it was another lady there, but she didn't speak any English. So I said, ¿Tú hablas inglés? She said, un poquito. I said, ¿Me hablas español un poquito? She said, un momento. I said, sí. Okay. So the other lady came, whatever. And at first, when she took me to the aisle that I need to go to, whatever, I was like, I said, I'ma just see. I'm a see, because at the first moment I feel like you are trying to watch me, I'm gonna put the fucking thing back and I'm gonna walk out the store. But I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that. I felt like she was there. She was helpful. She was, educational to tell me certain things that I needed. And then she kind of let me explore, because I was like, I even offered. I was like, do you want to take the candle? Do you want to take the candle to, the front? I don't, and she was like, no, it's baskets up there, mommy. Go get you a basket, mommy. And I'm like, okay. I was like, all right. I look, because the very moment I feel like you think I'm gonna steal, I'm gonna cut up in this bitch. So I go, I get the basket or whatever, have my basket, put my stuff in there. So I was called to the color orange. As you guys know, the color orange has to do with the sacral. The whole month of May, it was all about emotions. If you ended your Saturn return, this is here's why I get what people be, why they don't meet the threshold of a Saturn return. And if you are going through your Saturn return, I need you to remember this. When you are about to wrap up that huge karmic cycle, everything of that karmic cycle will try to weigh you down. The best way that you can get through it is crying, detoxing, fasting, anything of releasing, because it's trying to hold you down. It's another Kanye West song that's coming to my mind where it's like I always knew that one day they try to break me down. And I think this was on the album after he had that car accident. It's the song that he did with Brandy. And it's funny that Kanye West is coming up because that's Gemini energy. We're in Gemini season. Gemini season is also a part of June. Wrapping up, of what I was saying about how um Jupiter and Gemini is going to leave you with a lot of downloads. So a lot of the downloads were to get both sides of you very equal. June ends a very karmic cycle. Like the karmic cycle is complete. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to open up another karmic cycle. Karmic cycles are not negative. I think a lot of people need to stop looking at karmic energy as a negative aspect of their life, instead of just you understanding that karmic situations happen in your life so you're able to pick up the pieces of wisdom that you knew. It's like, I'm gonna just give you an example, because another thing that kept coming up was pre-written. Karmic cycles are literally obstacles, challenges, and people that you pre-written, or the heavens pre-written, that you could gain wisdom through that, because you only can gain wisdom through accountability and awareness, right? So if you can only gain it through those three steps, that means that you need to be able to experience things. That's why I be trying to tell people, you cut yourself off from a human experience and a spiritual experience because you're so busy worried about what society says. But through the karmic cycles are wisdom. Oh, thank you, babe. Oh my gosh. Somebody just texted me. Oh, that really makes my heart glow. Karmic people, karmic situations are here because if old past version of you, right, came to sit down with this version of you and gave you a book and gave you a book and said, hey, if you read this book, it'll have all the wisdom that you need in it. Everything for you to live life, everything for you to make it through life, it has all the information in it. Just read it. Let's be honest. Would you actually read that book? And if you read the book, would you be able to comprehend what you read? So, no, that's not how life works. Now, everybody knows that there are truth in books, hence why, we get older. There are certain books that we start to read, or, just certain type of Mercury information. Mercury information is very, 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 very potent. Is that the word I'm trying to say right now? Potent? I don't know. I think that's the word I'm trying to say. Matter of fact, just give me a second. Just bear with me momentarily. I think it's potent. I don't know why that word, but I think it's potent. Hold on. It is. Okay, boom. That is the word I'm looking for. It says it means having great power, influence, or effectiveness. Okay. It says it describes like influential people, potent remedies. It's just something that's very like authorities, force. Okay. Because you receive wisdom through people, through things, that's why I've always said you need to utilize your karmic cycles as stepping stones. And some people really take it in a negative aspect. So you're just out here, no, I'm taking the wisdom out of the situation instead of me remaining hurt, instead of me trying to sit there and dwell in pain or dwell in regret. A lot of people, one of the biggest feelings that Saturn and Aries is going to do for people is regret. People are going to have to fight that feeling because Saturn says, what you regretting it for now? The shit's already done. You're trying to go back and regret something that's already done. So it's really no need for you to be in regret. I had a client probably like 2 weeks ago. She's in Aries, and I told her, I said, you're going to have to work energy of regret. And what's funny is when I have readings for you guys, yes, I'm reading for you, but it's also something I need to hear as well. And that was something that I felt as soon as Saturn went into Aries. I started regretting all this shit. Excuse me. I started regretting all this shit, and even going into my new endeavors, I'm like, I don't think I should have did this. I don't think, and it's just like, what are you regretting? There's nothing wrong with what you did. Everything that you were supposed to do, you did it. You're talking from a place that lacks the wisdom of the opportunity. You're prematurely speaking on something that you have not been able to experience. You're just encountering. You see what I'm saying? I just want everybody to just think about that for a second, okay? You know what I just keep hearing? You're a busy, busy girl. You're a busy, 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 busy girls do this. Busy, busy girls do that. So you got to understand that in this new cycle, you will be very busy. And it's not even saying busy like you're just going to be working to death. You're going to be in new experiences, new communities, new groups, new everything. You're going to be in new things. You're going to have new shit to worry about. So the inner lining, the little minimal things that you're going to try to what you call it, like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to try to worry about are literally the least of your worries. Are the least of your worries. Okay? June is definitely something very, very, very different. Now, I know you guys are going to be like, oh, gee, I'm like, I know. But, baby, we took it back to the roots. We took it back to the roots. Yeah, we took it back to the roots. I had been called to get something. I was like, no, 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 no. I said, bro, no, right now I'm trying to focus on some human shit. I'm on some human shit. I'm on some human shit. They said, how much more human can you get? That's not your life. That's not what you're into. That's just not who you are. We took it back to the roots. I said, let me find out that June, how it used to be one of the most pivotal months of the year. How June is actually the mark of a new period. We're taking it back to the roots, baby. I said, look, I'm trying to focus on some human shit. Our world is out this loop. We you know what I'm saying? We got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? We going through a recession. I need to make sure I am set. And they said, now how much more set for a recession can you be than to spiritually be inclined? I'm telling y'all right now, your spiritual intelligence needs to be from here to here. Some of y'all might not know this, OG, but this, everybody knew this, OG, we got down. We got down. Okay? So, back to the botanica story. So, I'm at the botanica, whatever, and I'm getting these things, and like, I'm only going to things that I feel called to. So I was called to the color orange. So therefore, the first thing I'm hearing is for June is that there is and then the word road opener keeps coming up. And I know that's like a specific candle and that's so like spells and stuff like that. But we're just going to go with the word. Okay. Road opener is opening up for the sacral. You're probably like, what does that mean? When your sacral goes through a open, now it's open to a flood of emotions. A flood of emotions. Is open to a flood of emotions, receptive energy, receiving energy. A lot of you guys receiving energy, like the actual like example, let's say you could click your chakras into something and you clicked it to giving, then you click it to receiving. A lot of you guys, when a switch is like flipped over, but it's not like clicking or it's not like um it's like a blow dryer. Perfect example. You plug your blow dryer in, you turn it on, the bitch don't turn on. You know how I got those two buttons on there that said reset and test? That's what happened to your receiving energy. So there was a clog in the circuit breaker when it comes to your receiving energy. So it's like you're receiving it, but it wasn't receiving the full power of it. So basically, once June hits, whatever you plug it in or whatever, you hit that button, and all of a sudden it's gonna go, and now the blow dryer blows harder than ever. It reminds me of like Drano. If you ever had like a clogged drain or something, you pour the Drano down there, you let it sit for a second, then you pour the hot water, and now it's just like now the whole pipe is clear. That's what your receiving energy is doing. And I think it's because of the fact that you know how the circuit breaker end up getting like thrown off is that it's clicked too many times. Okay, so it's clicked too many times to where you clicked it to giving, you clicked it to receiving, you clicked it to giving, you clicked to receiving, you click, you were clicking it too much. It threw off the circuit breaker. So you have to reset the circuit breaker. So once this circuit breaker is reset, it literally just opens up. And I'm telling you guys, you are going to feel very overwhelmed, very overstimulated at first. And I think the best thing about it is to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, because when there's an overflow of things, there is a thing of protection. I did a spread last night, y'all. I got into it. I did. I even took it a step further and got me Florida water. Y'all know I wasn't really deep up in that. Like I was like, I'm talking about. I mean, when I say they say you about to get in it, I'm talking about in it. I have never been like I've been to holistic stores, but I've been to holistic stores with like crystals or cards, but not like this, baby. This was like mija, like hola, como esta, señorita, señora, like amigo, like this was with brujas, like yeah. I said, oh, I'm a Bennett. I walked in, baby. It was an altar outside the door. It was altars all over the place, like open, like it was everywhere. And I said, "Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it." The man walked in. He was like, "Hi, hi." He kept trying to say hi to the lady. And I don't know what happened, but he was like, "Oh, I forgot, I forgot, I forgot," and he like left. And I was like, "That's because his spirit was unwanted there." This lady This lady came in. She had her grandson. Baby, she went straight to them candles. I mean, this is like old school, like Mamacita, like Mama Coco, dead ass, dead ass. And what I loved about it is that they paid a lot of different respects. Like they had black ancestors in there. There was like Hispanic, like a skeleton or whatever in there. It was a lot of things in there that I said, oh, I'm up in it now. I'm deep up in this bitch now. Like, oh shit, we about to really get back up in this shit. And I'm not telling y'all to get up in it, but y'all know what I mean. Like, we about to you about to get back in your Bible deep, whatever you believe in. You about to get in your Bible deep. You about to get back in your spirituality deep. Because I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? I said, me here? Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared because Because at first I was like, I'll just go to Dollar Tree. I go Dollar Tree and I just get the candles from Dollar Tree. And they said, Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree? I'm not going to fucking Dollar Tree. Take your ass over there. I was like, okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. I'm listening. I'm here. And when I tell you, I said, oh, it's going to be deep. June has this where it says, sit down. We have something to tell you. It also makes me think of, you know, when the Hispanic culture, when they turn 16, how they had a quinceañera, or is it 15? I don't know. But they have it and then they gift them something. Or like, when you graduate or whatever, and, they gift you like a book that they've kept all over the 18 years or whatever like that. Or it just gives me how you graduate a certain threshold and you get this book, right? And then I started thinking to myself, Jupiter is in Cancer. How better else for us to start a beautiful month going into Cancer season than to get the recipes for Big Mama's pies? I said, well, shit. That makes so much sense. Here we are, learning all these tactics, learning all this information to how to survive to get through the mess of these people out here. Because I told you, women were starting to go at it with each other. All of a sudden, the men, and you see Deontay Kyle. See, I might tell a joke, but I'll never tell a fucking lie. It was only a matter of time before the men start calling out the men. Yes, yes, yes. And see, during this time, as much as I would love to say we need to support and protect our men at all costs, that is not your fucking job. You know what you need to be doing? You need to be getting in this kitchen. You gonna take your ass over there. And you need to be practicing healing. You need to be practicing feminine healing, feminine growth, feminine maturity. Anything that you would put in front of a nice healing word, put feminine in it. Yes. A lot of the experiences that you guys will have dating, not dating, by yourself, with someone, you will be growing up more powerful feminine qualities. So you got 6 months to get your shit together, mamas. Y'all got 6 months to get your shit together. You got from June to December to get your shit together, because that's the calendar year of 9. The astrological year of 9 has not wrapped up, but that's the calendar year of 9. Because see, once we get to 2026, that's one. One, like a dream come true. Whenever I see you, get your shit together. So many women are focused on the wrong fucking thing. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I just keep getting emails of just, Ladies, let's get it together, okay? This bitch sorry, she's not a bitch. This girl gonna post on her shit talking about, ladies, for the summer, we need to find our signature. Now look, little mama. Look, little mama. Watch yourself. Okay? I don't like all that copycat energy, and it's starting heavy. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. It's so much to tell you. You know what I feel like is June is one of those months where, when the women in your family get together and they just have a good time talking, like that good girl talk, not that messy girl talk, not that catty girl talk, that good girl talk. This is what June kind of got the energy of. It's like a good energy, a homey energy. It's like, it's like a let's chat, let's talk, like girl, let's talk, girl talk. Let me fucking tell y'all what happened. I'm at the airport at Starbucks because I had to go to where the fuck did I have to go? I had to go somewhere for work. And so I'm sitting at Starbucks, and this lady, she walked by me, she said, she walked by me, she said, I love your hair. I said, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now remind y'all, it's before 7 a.m., so let's keep it slight, sister girl. But it's cool. Here we go. She said, yeah, she said, well, where did you get it done? I said, I went to New York, because everybody know I go to New York and my hair braided. And she was like, oh, there's somebody in Maryland, Nadine's. Have you heard of Nadine's? I said, no, I haven't heard of that. I've definitely heard of that, but I don't care to have the conversation deeper than what it is. No, I haven't heard of that. She said, oh my God, I just love that color. My daughter's been looking for that color. I said, yeah. She said, what color is it? I told her, I don't know. I said, I looked it up on Pinterest. Instead of me telling you my shit, I'm directing people straight to Pinterest. I feel like that's the holy grail of creativity. That's the holy grail of finding your authentic energy, your color, your vibe, your shit. That's how you gonna find your shit. Your style, that's how you can find through Pinterest. I've been directing people straight to Pinterest. Oh my God. What did you do your nails? What did that? Pinterest. Pinterest. I get my coffee. Now I'm rushing to my gate. Because bitch, I'm rushing to the gate. The damn gate about to stop boarding, bitch. I have to hurry up. But see, Starbucks is taking 20 minutes to get my fucking latte. So, um, so I guess I don't know what the fuck she was walking out the bathroom, whatever. She looked like she was about to walk back towards me, but I ended up having to walk this way. So I told her, I said, you're going to have to just walk with me because I got places to be. I said, walk with me. Do you know, she goes, I got my daughter on the phone. I said, oh, that's nice. Okay. She says, my daughter's like, oh my God, you saw it? Did you take a picture? She said, no. She said, I'll go back and take a picture. She said, I wanted to know, do you mind me taking a picture of your hair? I said, yes. Yes, I do mind, actually. I said, tell her to go on Pinterest and look up summer braids. Tell her to go on Pinterest and look up summer braids. Because, yes, I do mind. I do mind. I do mind. I do. And if you took the picture without my permission, whatever energy you get from that and whatever, that karmic slaps back, that's on you. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. The women, they're trying to find their foundation. They're trying to find their new foundation. I'm telling you. Their eyes are not on the prize. Their eyes are not on the prize. If you look at the Queen of Pentacles card, the Queen of Pentacles, she's looking down at the Pentacle. No, seriously, whatever she gets back from that after I told her I was not rude about it. Let me just let y'all in on a little secret. I'm learning that I have a lot of strong boundaries. I do. I have stronger boundaries now. And I realize I'm not mean about my boundaries. People just are not used to somebody having boundaries. They're used to people pleasing. People pleasers have an entitlement for people to people please for them because of how they people please for others. And I'm not that girl. Never been that girl. And I don't have to be that girl. And I'm telling y'all now, I'm a very kind person. When people kept fucking touching me, I don't be yelling at people, don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me. No, I say, please don't touch me. I'm a very one thing about it is I'm a very nice person. I'm not friendly, but I am nice. I know everybody's like, oh, nice people don't win. My granddad always say, nice niggas don't win. I feel like kindness is take for weakness. So I decided to say, I'm going to be nice. The thing about it is the people's illusion of nice is normally naive. There's no illusion of my niceness. My niceness is the fact that I treated you like a person because that's just my character. You see what I'm saying? That's my character. But in the sense of me lacking boundaries, not around here, partner. Not around here. And I realize boundaries are intimidating to the female species. That's where everybody got that illusion of a girl's girl. We're taking this to the roots. I'm not playing, y'all. A lot of women are not tapped into that. They not tapped into the roots. You ever realize like some women in your family, like they just can't grasp the concept of like cooking and I'm not talking bad. I'm just trying to give you an analogy so you can peep it. You know how some women, it's like all women in their family can braid hair. I can't do the braid like the no real like braids. Like I can braid this back so I can put a wig on real cute, but it's not like a braid that I can go outside. Like I can do my own hair, but certain things I can't do. You know how some women, they didn't grasp the concept of cook. Like the bitch can't boil water. That's what this is. So most women that have grasped the concept that they have not been able to get the cooking or they haven't been able to do certain things, what do? They release the insecurity, they release the flaw, and they say, well, they start to embrace it. I can't cook. So what do they start doing? They start catering. You know, women have to go through a cycle of that because women's ego are the worst things in the world. That's why women cannot handle boundaries because it hurts their ego. It's a rejection. Wow, as a woman, you're rejecting me, giving me information of how I could be a better woman. Yes, actually, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Actually, yes, I am. I am. I am. I am. Let me say it again. I am. Because you don't like what you like because you like it like that. You like it because you like it on me. Let's call a spade a spade. When I see people's shoes, I don't think to go buy their shoes. If I see inspiration, the inspiration is off of fucking the inspiration is off of Pinterest. Pinterest. That's why people keep telling people, why don't you dress by your body type instead of dressing based off of society's what's hot right now. Yeah, I'm telling you, people fail to experiment. Big Mama don't got the best cake on the block because she just happened to do it. She experimented with it due to the fact that she also has a natural thing of baking. Do y'all know Vic off of TikTok? She's always like, come in the room, come in the room, come in the room. I fucking love her. I love her. She embraces this energy of like of her ancestors and her like I fucking love her. Okay, I don't know if y'all know. I'm gonna show you her. I'm gonna show y'all her real quick. Hold on. It's not too many TikTokers that I actually fucking like, but I love her and I followed her. I finally figured out the pie. Yes, it's okay. I'm coming back. After traveling to Louisiana 2 times in 1 week. Girls, it's not a drill. Girls, you don't even take something. Fucking love her. That energy comes. There's nothing that Vic does that I'm just like, oh my God, I need to know exactly what she's doing and ask her every little piece. No, you know why? The energy that she exudes from her experimenting and finding this feminism in her, that's what I like. Women are not able, they're not willing, they're not brave enough to find the feminism in them. I'm so sorry to tell y'all, I am not here for the woman empowerment era. I don't really care for it. Why? Because it's a lie. 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 And it's a lie because of the fact that women just can't admit, like, you know what? It's hard for me to find my own sauce. It's hard for me to find my own signature. It's hard for me. Literally, this lady walked past me in the airport and her perfume smelled amazing. You think I asked her? Fuck no. You know what I did? I went inside of the duty free and I decided that I was going to find it my fucking self. Because what if she lied? Because she wanted to conceal her signature. That's fine with me, Bookie. I'm willing to experiment to find that perfume because it smelled so fucking good. I said, let me try it on my skin. Squirt, squirt. Smelled amazing. Now, bitch, we both got a top secret. Now, bitch, we both got a top secret because of the fact of I don't want to ask you your sauce, mamas. I'm okay with going in blindly, figure it out my damn self. Because what if she would have told me it was her scent? I went to it and I smelt it on a stick and I'd be like, or I smelt it on my skin, it didn't work. You have to be able to experiment and be brave enough to go experiment things. Feminism is based off an experiment. That's why the chromosomes, how you even come up with the girl, it's different chromosomes that come. My nose is going crazy because this is a deep topic. And I want to sit here and tell y'all a lot of the things, but I'm so sorry to tell you, in June, this is it. You're going to have to experiment some shit. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all, like, you can fuck around and find out if you want to, but there isn't. What you gonna do? We're not all in this shit together. You will see in June. Let me give you 3 top things you will find out in June. 1, we are not in this shit together. We might live on the same planet together, but we are not in the same situations or predicaments together. 2, their signature brings intimidation. People are going to be intimidated that you want to gatekeep your signature energy. Because you know what that brings out? The evolution. Y'all, this will be the evolution of copycats. This will be the start of the evolution of copycats. And that's sad because the evolution means it's big. And for it to be big of copycats, you know what that also means? Somebody that copies someone, like they deep down like want to replicate another person, that is their admiration and obsession. I talked about that in May. And I talked about it in the about Jupiter and Cancer transit. That's where that comes from, the evolution of copycats. Okay, so the third thing that you will see is the fact of that you are closer to those that you do not know than you think. And when I say you do not know, you are closer to your bloodline than you think. You are closer to your bloodline than you think. The world is going to make you seem like you don't know shit that's going on. You don't know who you come from. You don't know who you resonate with. You don't know. You are closer to your kind than you think. The world right now is really having an identity crisis. Saturn in Pisces, I mean, no, sorry. Saturn in Aries is an identity crisis. Everybody is going to feel the effects of Saturn in Aries, even if you do not have Aries anywhere in your chart. It doesn't matter if you don't have any placements. It doesn't matter. You know why you're going to feel it? Because Saturn is putting a thumb on your first house, your rising sign. I don't care if you have your rising in Sagittarius, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. I don't care what you have in it. There's a thumb on it because of the fact of the thumb is basically saying, this is how you view you. Don't worry about how others perceive you. This is how you view you. Saturn in Aries is very judgmental. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all, yeah. As an Aries, that's why as somebody that has Mercury in Aries, I have to sometimes turn it down a little bit. Because I don't judge people for little things, but I judge those that need to be judged. I get this energy. I get this energy wholeheartedly. There is a very judgmental energy going on in the world right now. Okay? And the judgmental energy that's going on in the world is the illusion of people pleasing. You're not judging based off of an energy of true judgment. You're not calling judgment on this. Your judgmental energy is coming from an insecurity. It's coming from an inner issue. It's coming from a rejection energy, okay? Saturn in Aries is sitting with the leg crossed and it's looking and it's saying, wow, you really think that this is okay? Like you really are okay with this? Like you really are gonna let this bother you? It's kind of like it's kind of like that cool older cousin that really everybody fucking loves, but they hate people. That's what Saturn and Aries is doing right now to the world. That cool cousin, that cool, y'all know what I'm talking about. You ever seen a cool character on TV and that cool character hates the fuck out of people? Edward. Edward Cohen, the out of Twilight. How he literally couldn't stand motherfuckers, but he loved Bella. That's how Saturn and Aries is with the world or with you. Saturn and Aries hates the fuck out of everybody. Because first of all, bitch, how are you telling me, the god of war, the emperor, what to do? And here I am meeting up with my big homie, Saturn. Bitch, I'm unstoppable. I'm unbreakable. You can't fuck with me. I'm correcting you every time you say something wrong. I'm making sure you got it right. If the money ain't right, count it twice. Yeah. This is really like this is true judgmental energy. Like this is where like Edward Cohen used to look at everybody in disgust and nobody could read him. He wasn't readable. He wasn't approachable. But when he found Bella, Lord have mercy, she shook his fucking Timbs in the timbers of his boots. That's how Saturn is with you. You make Saturn feel all these emotions. All these emotions. So when Saturn feels all these emotions about you, that's why you start to be very insecure about your authority. That's why you feel very insecure about your being original, your signature. That's where you feel very insecure about how you structure yourself, how you move, how you honor yourself. That's why you feel insecure about how you create things, because all these things are very powerful. You feel insecure about how admired and how obsessed Saturn is in Aries with that quality of you. Remember, Bella was so like what? Like, do I stink? Like, is my hair messed up? Like, what is it? Like, do I not look good? Like, she was so insecure about how obsessed Edward was with her. For her to find out that Edward was he was just so freaking obsessed and flattered and just in all the fucking girl. And come to find out when Edward turned Bella into the what you call it. Bella was more powerful and stronger than anything in the motherfucker. Like she was nothing to play with. She was nothing to play with. Like when Edward switched Bella over, she was nothing to play with. And he was just so like, that's my wife. Like he was just so in love. Like, this bitch is out here beating motherfuckers up, handling shit her own. People, he telling people like, hey, look, she ain't nothing to fuck with. And he was just so in love with her. That's what Saturn and Aries sees in you. That's something y'all ain't never had that much support in life. Y'all had that type of support in the world that we are in right now is so important because the world is washed through envious energy. The world is washed with darkness. June is telling you, come on, come in the room, come in the room, come in the room, come in the room. Come get these recipes. Come get these breakdowns. Come get these secrets. I want to tell you some things. And you know what's so funny? I wore this shirt yesterday. I did. I wore this shirt yesterday, and when I put it on, it's like you know me. When I go in my closet, I normally look for colors. So the color I was looking for yesterday was brown. Okay, I was looking for this little brown two-piece set that I have, and I couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden, I picked up this one or whatever, and this was it. I've had these instances in the last couple of days where things have been messed up, but in them messing up, I tried something new. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. This man at Starbucks, whatever, he was so sweet. He was so sweet. He was so sweet. He bought my Starbucks for me, and they got my order wrong. So instead of giving me an iced matcha latte, they gave me an iced mocha latte. So I tried something new. And I was so irritated because I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Like I don't really like cold coffee, but I had been telling myself I want to try to make protein coffee. You know what I'm saying? So but I don't really know how to make it because you know I'm a matcha girl. I'm a matcha nigga now. Okay. So when they made it or whatever, and he was like, well, he's like, I'm so sorry they messed it up. I was like, it's okay. He was like, well, just try it. And if you like it, let me know. I tried it. I loved it. Didn't realize I even needed it. For that day, I literally was up the entire day. And when it's like, I had so much shit to do and didn't realize that I was going to need that caffeine. So thank God for mistakes because they weren't mistakes. They're actually what you need. I want you to affirm yourself for the month of June. There are no mistakes. It's what you need. Now look at me now. I'm a French vanilla latte girl now. I'm an iced coffee bitch now. I tried something new. I liked it. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna have to reaffirm yourself. The underlying energy that the world will be feeling is regret. I want you to put the word regret on a piece of paper. Okay? I want you to circle it, okay? And I want you to write down everything that you possibly think you might regret or you're regretting. And watch the universe show you why that was never a mistake. That was never a mistake. That's exactly what you needed. You regretted that. That experience helped you do this. You will understand the different perspective. Another thing that I pulled in the spread last night was the hangman and oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hold on, drawing a blank. The hangman, I think it was the hangman and the star. The star's been coming up, okay? The star's been coming up because of Uranus. Okay, Uranus is the one that is giving you all of these opportunities. Uranus is very unpredictable. It's very in your face. It's very boom. It's on. I don't give a fuck. I said that shit running. That's Uranus energy, okay? Uranus is the one that's giving you this new cycle. Uranus is the one that's giving you this new sense of self-love. Uranus is the one that's giving you this new sense of clarity. Not Venus, not Mercury, not the sun, not the moon. It's Uranus. And it's very in your face. It's very overflow. That's why it's like you're going to have to understand protection is needed. I had another part of the spread that's coming to my mind was I can't remember what I asked, but these are the cards that I remember. I remember that three of cups was in reverse. Now, if you know what the three of cups means, the three of cups means community. It means groups of people. It was in reverse, and I was like, oh, jump scared. What the fuck? It was the three of cups, and it was the Eight of Cups. The Three of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups, it was the Three of Cups was in reverse. The Eight of Cups is a person walking away. And I was like, damn, so this was a solo dolo type of thing. Like, this is like, you don't have to deal with people. You're not going to be dealing with people. All that groups of people shit that everybody be trying to lie and manipulate, like, oh, community. You know why I'm not going to sit here and continue to act like that community thing is real, is because it's taking one person to shake up a room. Justin's that guy with the glasses. He just did a live with Deontay Kyle. He also does his own thing. He's also telling the truth about certain things as well. Love it. These are one people. These are one person situations. Deontay Kyle's one person. He was popping his shit. He did his thing. Justin, he been doing his thing, popping his shit. The neighborhood alchemy. I don't know. The dark skin with Chocolate City. He been doing his shit. These are people of one, parties of one. And see, the thing about this is, what I love is the fact that you guys will see more people, parties of one, causing more big changes happening. And yes, you're gonna put, oh well, them coming together. No, they're not coming together to create something in a pair of two, a party of two. They're a party of one coming with a party of one, and their tables just happen to be next to each other. That's something that you guys need to get very comfortable with. Parties of one at the tables next to each other. They're not telling them, okay, you combine it so we can sit together. No, he's sitting over there. He's sitting over there. They're having a conversation. This is showing that I stand 10 toes down at being a party of one. A lot of the things that I'm saying right now and I'm explaining, you guys, it's explanations of what you'll see. I hope that makes sense. And normally I'd be giving you like, oh, I'm giving you why you're gonna see the things you're gonna see right now. This is for you guys to understand the root of things. That's what we're taking it back to the roots. You got to understand the root of things. And this is how I know the people pleasing energy, that we're gonna get to the root of it. After I told that lady I mind, there was this part of me that said, that was so mean. Mean, bitch. No. That light feminine energy. You trying to move on with light feminine energy. So I'm like, that was so mean. Something in my spirit said, mean? But you literally told her numerous of times where she could find the information, and she still decided she wanted to use you. She wanted to take a picture of you. She wanted to take a picture. Are you not listening? You didn't ignore the lady. You didn't lie to the lady, nothing. You directed her to the source, and she steady wanted to take the easy way out through you. And I said, I get there, and it's this black lady. She's standing there. This is why I know all black women really need to stop that. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to say it's intimidation, but women in general, y'all need to stop that fake intimidation. Well, it's not even fake. Y'all need to stop that fake victim shit when a motherfucker is not what you want them to be. When a woman is not the warmth, you know what I'm saying, that you want her to be, you can't fake the victim in it. If the woman don't want to talk, the woman doesn't want to talk. People being standoffish has nothing to do with you. I told y'all, people pleasing ways, they have an entitlement to other people, because it's just like, well, I would alter my emotions and how I act around you, so you shouldn't me. I don't have to do that shit. Me not wanting to talk to you don't got shit to do with you. You don't know what the fuck I'm going through. And it's not up to you to figure it out. What's up to you is that you remain in your authentic energy as an individual, to not be moved by another individual. That's why when motherfuckers having a bad day, people go, you need to have grace. I don't need to have shit. That don't got shit to do with me. If you don't feel open enough to tell me that you're having a bad day, then I'm not open enough to take on the energy that you're out here giving the world. I could give a fuck. Women need to stop that shit. That's a manipulation tactic. I don't give a fuck what no one say. I get to the gate, this black woman like, she's like, oh, you late. And I was like I didn't even hear it, because bitch, I'm over here focusing on what boarding group they on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm focused on some other shit. And she was like, so because I didn't give her the response she wanted, she was like, oh no, I was just saying. I didn't ask for an explanation. I still can't understand why the fuck we're conversing. Like, and I was like, no, I didn't hear what you said. That's why I just was like, she was like, oh no, I was just saying. I was like, oh, okay. Like, you can't neg people into a friendship. You can't neg people into being comfortable with you. Like, you can't do that. You just can't. That's why somebody that has Lilith and Cancer, that's why I'm never phased by when people do that innocent shit. There's a song by Tierra Marie. She's been coming up a lot lately because Tierra Marie, I don't know who she crossed, but you remember they completely blacked not is it blackmail, blackball? They completely blackballed her. Tierra Marie, like her music, that all that music she had, the sponsor and the daddy, all that shit. You can only go on YouTube and find that shit. You can't go on Apple Music. They completely blackballed my girl. I don't know who she upset or what she did. Blacklisted, thank you. They completely did that to my girl, but she's been coming up, and she's a Sagittarius, I think. And so she has this song, and she was like, I ain't had no daddy around when I was growing up. That's why I'm wild and I don't give a fuck. Don't let my cute face fool y'all. Don't let people don't let women fool y'all. Mm-mm. Don't let people fool y'all, period. But don't let these women fool y'all through they fake warm. There's a podcast of that white lady, and she always be telling y'all how to read people body language or whatever. But one of the things she said, if women want to be more accepted, or you want to get more, like build more connections as a woman, you have to with warmth. So as a woman, if you're not building connections, it's because you're not warm enough. That is a manipulation tactic. You know how I know? I did it. I be doing that shit. I be doing it just to test the waters to see how it is. When I give people more warmth, they're more like pulled to me. But then that warmth is not authentic. Cause bitch, I don't even fucking know you. There's nothing, and you know what I'm saying? When I bring that warmth in, it thinks people have their fascination with me to get close to me, their obsession to get close with me. Now they can't keep up the facade, the mask that they're trying to wear in order for them to stay close to me. It's shown. Because then when I act in my authentic, I'm not standoffish. I just be in my own little world, I'm in my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden they can't predict what's going on. That is a manipulation tactic. I want y'all to see. I'm telling y'all right now, that is manipulation. It's the fact of that I see something in you and I feel something in you and I want to be close to you. Okay? Those are the things that people will do starting in June. From June to December, as all women are trying to get on their shit. People want to be close to you. They want to be around you. And I'm telling you now, that warm shit is a fucking manipulation tactic. People, I remember I told you in the last reading that black cat language. Lilith is a Cancer. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but Lilith is a Cancer. Like, Lilith is a Cancer. So Eve is a Cancer. Okay? Lilith is the black side of the moon. Eve and Lilith are the same person. Okay? Lilith is a Cancer. So when people do that warm thing, how can I explain it? People that are naturally nurturing, which Cancers are, okay? You don't have to do anything in order for them to give you warmth. It'll naturally come. Like, I remember this guy had came up to me and he was doing a lot of talking. He was just talking, and I was like, oh, okay. And then he disclosed that his grandmother had just passed away. Me being who I am, I asked him, is it okay if I give you a hug? That's what naturally nurturing people do. We don't need to fake and manipulate and all that shit. They are people that are naturally nurturing. It kicks in when it needs to, not because I want it to. It's a natural thing. I felt in my instincts you needed a hug. I don't like for people to touch me. That's why I ask permission. The world does not understand that these are natural instincts. The fourth house is mothering energy, home energy, roots energy, ancestral energy. These are natural instincts. I am so sorry to tell y'all, the world has manipulated us and lied to us to make it seem like people have natural instincts that they've actually premeditated on. Did y'all see that? It's a video. It's a video of this guy, and he's like, the quote from the girl was like, "Oh, we know each other so well," or some shit like that. And he posted like this. He was smiling in this sinister smile, but he posted like these clips, and he would highlight this girl that was always in the background of a fucking picture or something like that. That's exactly what the world wants you to believe. Oh my God, we're just naturally supposed to be in love. We're naturally supposed to do this. Whole time, they are somebody that was always in the background of something. It's very premeditated. So when I got the spread and I just kept seeing one person, I mean, it was always groups of people and it was always one person. Literally, it was groups of people and it was one person. Groups of people and then it was one person. I'm saying it again so you guys can understand why I'm saying it. They're groups of people and it's one person. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is that because that there is one person, there was nobody else in the background. Okay? So you're going to have to trust your natural instincts to know when people have been trying to hide in plain sight. They didn't know. They premeditated. I don't give a fuck. They know you off social media. They know because of where you work. They know because of where they seen you in the neighborhood. Pay attention. The person you seen at the first time is a person you'll see again. Watch it. I don't care what nobody say. People will play games to make it seem like it's just a coincidence. There is no such thing as coincidence. People, let me say it again, there are no such things as coincidence. Most people will study a person or study a place before they actually approach it out of their own insecurities and fear of rejection. Do you hear me? Are you listening? Hello? People will observe people and things before they approach it because of their fear of rejection and their own insecurities. Most people are caught off guard by your energy when they first encounter you, so they don't know how to act. So what happens is you see them watching you. You see them looking at you. You see them studying you. And I told you there's a difference between obsession and admiration. Admiration, you don't feel like you need to protect yourself. You don't feel drained. You feel like you gratitude. You feel that there's a secure person with a secure person. When you are being studied, is because there's an obsession, regardless if it's a upfront obsession or a secret obsession. Whether there's an animosity, the animosity comes from their failure to admit of their admiration. I'm telling y'all, this is the root and the explanation of what you will see. You will be looking like a fairy, an angel. There's something in you that is not. I told y'all I was going through so much shit. My face was starting to break out a little bit, but all of a sudden my face was just glowing. My skin, I felt big on the inside, but all of a sudden, now everything I'm wearing looked like thump, thump, thump. Bitch, it looked good. I feel like I'm not connected with the world, but the makeup is tea, the hair is tea. I'm showing up for myself, knowing inside myself I don't feel good. And I couldn't feel it because of the fact that I was grieving. I was going through mourning my old version of myself. But you can't tell me shit because the outer version of me literally looks like the rebirth. You understand this because of the fact of you realize that the more we get into this world, the more we get into what's going on in society, the key to getting through it is investing in yourself. The key to getting into it is making sure you pour into yourself. You can't pour to nobody with an empty cup, period. Okay? Some of you guys have made it second nature to invest in yourself, where you told the universe, I don't know what you got to do, but figure it out. I'm going to invest in myself and I need X, Y, and Z, and I'm just going to do it. You basically told the universe, I don't know how you're gonna figure out certain shit, but the it's like you made some non-negotiables. Thank you. You made some non-negotiables with yourself and you are sticking to these non-negotiables. And because you're sticking to these non-negotiables, you are literally 10 steps in front of the next individual because people don't have non-negotiables. I have been telling y'all this. Everything that I've been telling you up until this point are key things to keep you in this energy of having non-negotiables. You having the awareness already puts you 3 steps in front of somebody. Now imagine you utilize the wisdom of from the awareness you received. That's 10 steps in front of them. Then all of a sudden you decided you're going to add some non-negotiables. That's 10 more steps in front of the next individual. Your non-negotiables have now turned you into now a routine of an overflowing cup that you filled up. Nobody else filled it up. You did it and told the universe, you got to match me. It's like a 401k. How it works with a 401k would work is that they basically, most companies match how much you provide, and some of them just give you something off the top. So let's say you decide to do 20%, the next person decides that they're going to also do 20%. So that's kind of what the universe said. They said our minimum is always to match you, but we also have a benefit to where we also give you 10% more. So right now, you have the universe, thank you. You have the universe matching your 20% at 30%. Do y'all not know how far ahead of the average person you are? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Do you not understand that it's very hard to come by? I don't care how old you are. I don't care how much money you have. If you have the universe matching your non-negotiables and what you require to put in this fund or put in this energetic field, they're matching you over 10%. Bitch, the world ain't seen shit like that. The world ain't seen shit like that. The world is used to people blackballing, blacklisting them. The world is used to people taking what they feel they deserve instead of just agreeing upon it. The world is used to thieves. They steal energy, they steal material, they steal knowledge. They're used to thieves. They're used to thieves. Let me say it again. The world is used to thieves. Like a thief in the night, I take anything but some pussy. That's what the world is used to. We got to get to the root of why people steal. You steal because you feel what you don't have. There's a root of the issue. A lot of people steal because of the fact of that they haven't unlocked what their ancestors been trying to give them because they won't take the time to focus on self. So it's like kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Your grandma, she give you $100 and she give you all these toys on Christmas, and motherfuckers like, oh, well, I don't have those toys, but you also have not been taken to your grandma's house because your grandma live in Florida. So you gonna take what's mine because my grandmama live 2 blocks away. You need to take your ass down to Florida to go get your shit. A lot of people won't go back home. A lot of people, let me say it again, a lot of people won't go back home. And when I mean at home, they won't go back to their roots. They won't talk to God. They won't talk to their ancestors. They won't talk to their spirit guides. They won't learn who they are. A lot of people won't go back home. Y'all know that TikTok that's like, I hate home, nigga, I'm never going home. That's how people are. You won't go back home. That's why you don't got shit. That's why you ain't got foreign life. You steady trying to find a lot of, that's why I can't find glory in the streets. That's why I can't find money in the streets. That's why I can't find shit in the streets. I tried. Ain't no the love. The streets don't got no type of love. It ain't that ain't mine. I'm too delicate for the streets. I'm going back home. My grandmama cook a hot meal at home. So if I gotta wait until grandma put me on to how I can get to X, Y, and Z, I'll wait till grandma put me on, because see, the streets, it's too much to sacrifice out there. When you go to the streets, the number one thing you sacrifice is yourself. That's what's going on in the streets. Everybody trying to find a lot of things in the streets. I'm watching it happen. Women is out here saying, oh, this and that. I told y'all, you don't like, you put all these labels and all these different relationships and all these situationships. You just put all these labels on all these relationships as women. And the number one thing I'm realizing is the fact of that you weren't in something that was accommodating. You were putting your emotional security on another person. That's why they always say if it don't work, get another one. Find another accommodating situation until the needs that you've met, until you've reached the threshold of your accommodations with that individual. You got to start working on self. Why people don't like certain situations in relationships, and this is friendships as well. Why certain people don't like is because of the fact of that. As long as their accommodations aren't being met, they're going to. How can I explain this? As long as you take out what you're being accommodated in that situation, you will constantly pour on to that person and make them responsible for where you have a lack of emotional security. There's nothing wrong with having an individual around to do what you need, but a lot of people, they get into a party of two, and what ends up happening is the party of the second party might do something that, how can I'm trying to make sure I'm explaining this right. When people are brought together, it brings out codependency. Okay, let's start with that. When people come together, it makes them subconsciously start to be very codependent on another individual. Okay, what ends up happening is you get to a point of a certain part of vulnerability, openness, willingness, and that's fine. But what happens is when you feel like you're not met with the same vulnerability or the same openness, now what happens is you want them to overcompensate what you're lacking instead of taking that part of just saying, "Hey, I'm what is that? Oh, I'm starting to pour too much in their cup. Okay, the cups aren't balanced. They're not pouring into my cup. I'm not allowing the cup to stay full. I'm draining my cup too fast. You're not taking that accountability to and I'm telling y'all, it's emotional security. People can admit that they're in situations to where that they weren't emotional secure because they led with ego, right? If you become emotional secure with self, there's nothing that another individual could do to throw you off as long as you are being accommodated. At some point that you feel like those accommodations aren't enough and you need more, then what do then? You drop that situation and you go get into another accommodating situation. This is really what this is trying to tell you. And I couldn't understand it because of the fact that when my granddad had told me something like that, I was just like, well, that just seems like you'll just be hopping forever. That's what people do. People that want more money in the work field, they job hop. Location is everything. I literally just heard this, and when I heard it, I was like, I didn't understand it. The wealthy people prioritize location. Okay? I want you to think about this as someone with a wealthy spirit. Wealthy spirited people need to prioritize location. Okay? I seen somebody say a recession indicator. The rich are trying to get away from they're trying to get away from those that are reaching the richest level. She said the rich literally create their own level and just basically push the rest out. Regardless if you can afford it or not, a recession indicates that the rich is trying to get even more exclusive. I want y'all to take that and put it into the fact of a wealthy spirited person. You have to keep raising the bar, my people. We are so fearful to keep raising the bar because we fear being alone. We result into codependency. People that have very high frequency, very high energy, they are not surrounded by thousands of people. They're not. When you look at their inner circle, when you look at them as an individual, they do not have a lot of friends. They don't have a lot of people around them. They don't. Them people be having their little family, and that is it. That is because that's in their immediate secure circle. And those 9 times out of 10 are normally their children. They don't hang with a lot of people. I think that there is, once again, a very false narrative. There is an illusion on what home is and what authority is. And Saturn and Aries, I'm telling you, I'm bringing back to it, is sitting there saying, You're fearful and insecure about how much power you have. You're fearful and insecure about how much authority you have. You're fearful and how are you intimidated by yourself? Huh? How are you intimidated by yourself? How do you intimidate yourself? Oh my God. Oh my God. That is the number one question. That's where the regret energy comes from. Oh my gosh. I get it. 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 Girl, I don't even think they I don't even think they get it. That's where the regret is coming from. Because you're not confident in how much not y'all, but y'all in my thought, y'all in my mind right now. That's where the regret is coming from, because you're sitting there regretting the decisions that you made, but not realizing that every decision that you make comes with a consequence or comes with a reaction, right? An outcome, cool. And in the outcome, you gain the wisdom, whether it worked for you or it didn't work for you. So the fact of that, if you're regretting knowledge and wisdom, that means you're intimidated of what you're actually here for and what you actually can do. And if you're intimidated about what you can do and what you're here for, that means that you have no choice but to find answers outside of you. And if you have no choice but to find answers outside of you, that means you normally turn into a copycat. That normally means that you allow your insecurities to be deemed as your obsessions. And when you obsess over something, it's because you admire something. It's not that you admire the individual themselves. You admire that the fact that they have the bravery and the confidence to do it. Ooh. 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 Oh my God. June is gonna be one of the most scary. It's gonna be so scary. I'm scared. I'm not scared for me. I'm scared for those that didn't understand that. I'm scared for those that didn't understand that. I am scared for those that didn't understand that whole little breakdown of my mind. I'm scared for those that didn't understand that. Because you know what song kept playing the other day? That song by Lauryn Hill when she was like, nothing even matters. It doesn't matter. Nothing actually truly matters. Oh. Oh, goodness. I'm very nervous. And you know what's so crazy? The song that I was playing before I got on live, I was doing my little, little shuffle, whatever, because I miss being communicating with spirit. I miss it. At first, I thought I was gonna lose my little sauce, my little juice. I was like, it's probably nothing's gonna fly out for me, child. I wasn't even shuffling about 3 seconds. That's just said pew 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 pew. I said, oh, the girl didn't lose her touch. But I was listening to Didn't You Know by Erykah Badu. And she was like, the song, wait a minute, how the hell we get there? Okay. So Didn't You Know basically is a song about navigating life's uncertainties, making mistakes, and finding hold on, sorry, I missed what I said. Oh, it reflects on a period of self-doubt and feeling lost, ultimately emphasizing resilience and the belief that brighter days will come despite the challenges. The lyrics suggest that Badu had a time where she questioned her path, but she ultimately trusted her intuition and found her way back. I'm going home. I'm going home. She says, I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. I'm trying to decide. It's an indicating of uncertainty and questioning. However, the song suggests that trusting one's heart, I know my heart will guide. It's possible to find the right way. It says that also the song's interpretation is that Badu accepted and acknowledged her mistakes, but instead of dwelling on them, she embraces the experience and moves forward. resilience and hope, self-discovery, solitude and inner peace. This song could be interpreted as a reminder that there can be solace in solitude and self-reflection, even during the times of uncertainty. I told you I saw groups of people, and then I saw one person. You will be alone. Are you okay with being alone? Are you? Are you okay with being alone? Are you okay with being alone? Because I want to give you another interpretation of why I said that. Because a lot of people are not gonna like this. They're not gonna like. They're gonna like. They're not gonna like this. They're not gonna like this. They're gonna. They're not gonna like this. Oh, they're not. What did I say? A lot of people are not gonna like this. Oh my God, it's so crazy how this is. We're back. We're back. Why? It's provocative. Ooh, ooh. Now, what did I say? Okay, so since we're back, I'm gonna do a quick one, and then I have to go because I have to take a nap because I'm tired. But anyway, so people don't like that you are blessed. Okay, people don't like that you are gifted. Okay, people don't like it because they don't like the work that you have to do in order to accept it. Okay, so a lot of people have their hands out. It's Jupiter in Cancer. They expect Jupiter luck, to give them a little razzle dazzle because Cancer is rules the home. So normally they want a cookie. They're first baked cookies that the universe has made, and they have been sitting out, and everybody smells them. They smell amazing, but not everybody gets a cookie. Okay, they don't get a cookie. Not everybody gets cookies. For one, they didn't put an order in. Let's just go ahead and call that a spade. They didn't put an order in. And since they didn't put an order in, they don't have a batch of cookies for themselves now. So the first thing when I saw this card is the fact of that you see who it's only one person that's getting the cookies and the coins. I don't see any over here. What is that called? A ruckus. People don't like that. Confusion, conflict. They're fighting. We're fighting. The girls are fighting. It's getting ghetto. And then once again, the fighting is amongst communities and groups of people. But then you end up what? Alone. And what did I say? Saturn is in Aries. The Emperor is Aries energy. You're on this. Saturn. And the cards come out like this, okay? Saturn is sitting right there. Like, you can have what you want. You can be who you want. You can do what you want. It's whatever you want. It's your world. I just live in it. It's your world. I just live in it. It's just so crazy to me how so many people are so like, oh my God, Saturn hates Aries. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Y'all, the reason why y'all say this is because of the fact that y'all want to be wild children. Y'all don't want to actually be star children. Y'all want to just be riding with the hoodlums. Y'all don't want to actually be, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't want to embrace the wealth that you come from when it comes to your spirit. You don't want to embrace the power that comes literally. It's through your DNA. That's why people say, oh my God, Saturn and Aries, a lot of people going to go through a rough Saturn return because they don't fucking listen. And I don't care what nobody says. As someone that has gone through their Saturn return, got through the Saturn return, even before the Saturn return, was also awakened and thrown into some shit, you don't fucking listen. I've been saying this Aries advice for the last 5 years. 5 years, maybe 4. The last 4 to 5 years, I've been telling Aries, you need to stand behind a shield of protection because the shield of protection is from your ancestors. So it keeps you away from things that you don't need to be in. So therefore, when you decide that you want to get up behind the shield, whatever hits you is your fault. Niggas wasn't hearing me. Now, Saturn is in Aries, and motherfuckers like, I don't need no protection. I got it like that. Do. Now they getting their ass beat the fuck up. Only thing you have to learn how to do is the fact of that Aries are the baby of the zodiac. Babies cry. The fact you have to learn your instincts for why you're crying. That's the only thing. That's one thing I always say about like how I be saying TT can't come around me until TT can use her words. Okay? A baby only does all that crying, you know what I'm saying? And normally it's three things. They either sleepy, they got a shit, or they hungry. Those are the three things. Now, if it's something outside of that, you might need to want to do a little bit more research. But 9 times out of 10, if a baby's crying and you've done all three, that means there's something else wrong. But if you've done 2 out of 3, maybe you should try that third one. A lot of people are not willing to experiment. When you have a baby, we used to have to figure out why TT was crying. We did. We had to figure out why TT was crying. TT would cry because so we'd be like, all right, let's just do the check. Is she hungry? You put the bottle in her mouth. She pushed the bottle out. She wasn't hungry. Okay, boom. You took the diaper off or you checked the diaper. She ain't pooped. She ain't peed. Okay, that's what it is. Then we think, she ain't been asleep in the last 5 hours. Shorty's tired. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's one of the three. You have to be able to experiment to figure out what is the reason why you're going through the things that you're going through emotionally. That is it. This whole reading is the explanation. I feel like June is the explanation. There was no need for us to pivot, you know what I'm saying, in June, because how you going to pivot and get the explanation of the pivot? No, you needed to already be on this glow up in May. That's why May was the new energy. That's why you needed to already be understanding and willing to figure it out. And I think that's something that June is going to tell you, like, you kind of get the hang of the game. Cool. So now it's like, okay, new level. Let's figure out what new powers I have for this new level. You have to be willing to experiment. That's why I keep trying to tell everybody, you have to find your signature. Bitches asking, well, how do you do that? How else? You have to be willing to experiment. Like, I ain't never seen so many people in the world just want to take somebody and just duplicate exactly what they do. Like, I've never seen that. Like, I've never seen that. I've never seen people literally try to copy paste everything about a person, and you don't even want to see if that shit even work. You don't even want to see, like, you know what I'm saying? It makes me think of how everybody got the same car, and then everybody in the damn, we're figuring out that the car is bullshit. I listened to that reading that I told y'all about how, like, the recession was like the next 8 years or whatever, because it was about the Revolutionary War. And a part of the reading was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get into the luxury apartment and it's going to be furnished with things from Amazon. Or instead of you getting a $100,000 car, why don't you get the $40,000 car? Or if like, it was bringing out substitutes that were actually very luxurious, but it's substitutes. So you're not sitting there trying to keep up with the Joneses, and the Joneses are poor. I've never seen so many people just constantly want to duplicate every little thing about people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes to like Auntie Sprinkle and like some of the other influencers and shit like that, like the Pluto and Capricorn and Jupiter and Gemini, and some other big little quality, Uranus and Taurus. It really made y'all see what you wanted to see. You dig what I'm trying to say? Like, and let's exclude Jupiter and Gemini for a second. Let's talk about Uranus and Taurus, and let's talk about Pluto and Capricorn. It really made people see what they wanted to see because it's Earth energy. You can see a whole bunch of grass planted on the ground. That doesn't mean the grass is good quality or real. They have fake plants. That's kind of how I see how the world saw a lot of things. So then the world decided to say, well, I want to be a plant mom too. So they got them some plants, and the plants died within seconds. Because you saw the other people the whole time. Every plant in their house is fake. Excuse me. Thank you. Like, that's kind of how I'm seeing this energy. Like, when it comes like influencers and stuff like that, like, more people are going to want to be more mentally stimulated. They're going to want to know things. And if Saturn is telling you, how are you intimidated by your own power? How do you think you're going to be able to watch someone that is also faking their power? Just an epiphany. Just an epiphany. Because no, you're not being... That person has not... How many more times y'all going to watch EK and Chris fight? How many more times are y'all gonna watch certain people on the internet fight? Ego, strength. This card keeps coming out. I used to think that the lady was trying to open the mouth of the lion until I realized she was closing it. I used to think that the lady was opening the mouth of the lion until I realized she was closing it. You need to tame that lion. And because Mars is in Leo, you need to tame that energy. You need to tame that pride. Lord have mercy. The guys are really trying to help y'all tame it. To this day, up until literally last night, I always thought that that lady was trying to open the mouth of the lion. Whole time she wasn't. She was trying to close it. She was trying to close it. I said, oh, jump skip. And we're done. Because I told you, it's all pre-written. It's literally already planned out what's going to happen, what needs to happen, who needs to happen, and everything. If I'm bringing it back to what I started with, the hangman is what I told you. If I'm bringing it back to what I started with, this is what I started with, and I'm utilizing it in a different way, what do y'all think you're going to do? This is such an amazing time. Now that we have the explanations of why the world is going to be acting the way that they are, y'all, we can't lose. We can't lose. Now that we know why people are going to be so fascinated with how you look instead of just saying you look good. Now that I know, because I'm going to go back and rewatch this because I really needed to understand why the fuck did that lady ask to take a picture of my hair. I told y'all this is not a blend, it's not a mix. They're the same fucking color. They're the same color. The braid hair is the same color as the whatchamacallit hair. Why they're different shades, I don't know. But the number on the pack is the exact same. I don't know. Why someone needed to know exactly where I got my outfit from and exactly where I got my shoes from and exactly where I did this is I don't understand. You don't even have the same vision as me. So it's like, why? We don't even see things the same. Why people are so fascinated about where you live and what you drive and all this shit. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. And at first I was like, maybe we're just, maybe it's just conversation. No, it's tacky. It's tacky. It's tacky to ask someone how much they paid for something. It's tacky to ask someone how much this was. It's tacky to ask someone where they live, like the exact apartments. Oh, where? That's tacky. You know why? Because you're tallying. You're trying to tally them. I don't like that. People are trying to tally. Oh my God, where'd you get your earrings from? Oh, TJ Maxx. Because if I tell you I got them from Tory Burch, now you're trying to add up. Oh, no. People are pocket watching. Pocket watching comes from how people are at home. Y'all know that, right? That comes from somebody's household. Pocket watching is a household thing. It's like, people are pocket watching. So when they see the type of car you drive, they see where you live, they're trying to calculate and tally up what your value, your net worth is. Yeah. Be careful of that. I told you it's a manipulation tactic. That's why people couldn't rock with Jesus. People couldn't rock with Jesus because of the fact that Jesus didn't look like the $1 million he was. Jesus was not poor. Jesus was not poor. That's why he wasn't fascinated by the things out in the world, because Jesus wasn't poor. Let me just go ahead and let y'all in a little secret. Jesus was not poor. So why would he be fascinated about people's riches and their golds and their goats and their cows and their sheeps and lambs? Jesus isn't poor. Jesus came from money. Well, okay. Jesus just understood that he wasn't of his money. He was of his spirit. So when people be trying to make it seem like I got to show you I got $1,000 shirt on, I got a $1,500 watch, and I got chains in my purse is Balenciaga, It's like, okay, wear those things because you actually like those things. Don't wear those things because you want people to calculate how much you're worth. That's why I think it's so funny when people listen to like Shira, or they listen to certain people and they tell them to look, presentable, or tell them to look of wealth. You all automatically thought that she meant to buy this designer. She's never once said that. She just said, stop with the fast fashion, look better, look presentable, and stop wearing cheap things. TJ Maxx doesn't have cheap things, I think a lot of people, their ego is what's really getting them caught up, and I'm telling you, it's because what they're getting it from the streets, and they're not getting it from home. You couldn't tell me that me and my cousins wasn't the sharpest at church, and my grandma didn't have all the money in the world. You couldn't tell us that. You couldn't tell us that. You couldn't tell us that. We didn't know. I didn't know how. Actually, I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. I never knew how much money my grandma and them actually had. I never knew. I never knew. I never knew how much money my grandma and them had, because we always looked presentable, and not just presentable in the sense of like, oh, whatever. Like, we always look good. So I mean, you could tell me we was poor or not. I don't know. So I'm telling y'all, that's the type of energy you need to be walking around with. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's just all of this is like, now this all makes sense. So when I start to be around certain people going forward, I ain't even gonna be bothered. Okay, let me read some of the comments, cause y'all. Okay, sorry y'all. That concept brings healing. Read 2 books this month, and they both mention ripetize, aka going with the flow and not swimming against the current. Clock that. Prejudgment is a sense of control. Clock that. I saw somebody saying how they found their signature jewelry yesterday. I was like, okay, double confident. Clock that. I'm no longer putting people onto my service providers. Pinterest and Google is free. Clock that. Hello? Going to my service provider, cutting up, adding some extra shit, and now her energy off because of your dumb ass. I be on Pinterest like I be on social media. Clock that. Authenticity is the highest frequency. They be going to do that. Then by going to do that, you may find better even. But for you personally, hello? Y'all really hit this on the tee. Y'all get what I'm saying. Now we gonna see if they get what I'm saying. Okay, so we shall see. I'm about to record a video for Patreon, because baby, I didn't forget about Patreon. I did not forget about Patreon. Okay, did not forget about Patreon. I will be on there in a second. Okay, I'm about to post a video about this week's energy. But yeah, this is gonna be June's wisdom. I love y'all. I will see y'all later. I'll see y'all on Patreon.